2008 Toyota Prius. We're changing out the struts and shocks, the spring and strut assembly called a coil over. I already got the new one on this side. I'm going to show you how to tear off the old one and put the new one on the driver's side. We're going to be starting down here, and then we'll take out those bolts last. I actually had to take out the whole windshield wiper and the pan that it sits in to get down to this point. It's not too hard, but you do have to pry off some plastic clips and other things that tend to break if you're not careful. So where I like to start on this project is just to get a good spray on everything. We're going to be disconnecting this anti-sway bar link from this assembly, and we are going to be taking all of our wheel speed sensors and everything like that. There's a 12mm back here that has to come out that holds on your brake line to the shock, and then there's the two pass-through bolts. They're 19mm, those two bolts, and you'll have to get a wrench on this side to hold onto those. So let's get at it. So that's a 17mm nut on the sway bar link there, and this is a number 6 Allen that fits into the middle of it to keep it from moving. So with all of those taken out, this is going to fall out of the shock assembly there, and the shock is actually going to spin freely. Now let's head up here and take out those 3 12mm bolts. And once you get those 12mm out, the shock just kind of falls out. Got them over here on the floor. Toyota uses a very unique nut for the top of their struts, and luckily these nuts from Toyota do fit on the new shock. So let me put the camera down and get the new shock into place, and we'll go from there. Just like that, all set. I would recommend starting with your sway bar link, putting things back together. It tends to be the hardest thing to get going, and then everything else is pretty easy. Also start with the bottom bolt here, because if you get the top bolt in, it's really hard to get the bottom bolt lined up. That goes for both sides. And I just got to put the wheels back on and the windshield wipers back in, and this job is done.